Good evening, my students. Tonight, we want to have a class on DTS 218, which is data analysis with Excel lab, DTS 218. I've given you some notes on this. I just want to explain the note to you and all you need for the preparation for the exam on this course. This note is self-explained because I have written the note in such a way that almost everybody can read it and understand it. So Microsoft Excel is one of the most powerful and widely used spreadsheet application in the world. It allows users to store, organize, and manipulate data through rows and columns. Understanding basic spreadsheets tasks, such as navigating the interface, entering data, and using formulas, is essential for effective data analysis. All of you know Excel sheets. You know how it looks like. So if you have not been familiar with Excel sheet, let me go and open one, and for you to know how it looks like, so that you'll be able to see how the Excel sheet look like. So now look at these. I want to open a very good Excel sheet now, where you can be able to see how the Excel look like. Look at these uh, data sets. I'm going to show you with you now. You will see it in my screen now. So good. Look at these data sets. Look at these Excel sheets. Can you see how it look like? This is how Excel look like. So you can see, most of you usually open the Excel like this. You can see the Excel sheet. This is the Excel sheet. Can you see how it look like? So we have the rows. You have the rows. You have the rows like this. You have like this. You have the column. Column A is the column. This is another column. This is another column. Another column D. Another column. Another column F. Another column G. Another column H. Another column I. Another column J. So the column A now is named as S1 bracket MGAC. If you want to know more about it, you have to move like this. This is like this. You move like this. So these are everything inside column A. Column A contains, the name of that column A is S1 MGAC slash DMRK. So what is the name of column B? The name of column B is what? Is S2 MJHC stroke DMRK, and so on and so forth. So these are the names of the columns. Then the rows. This is a row. This is another row. Another row. And so on and so forth. That is what's called row. So that's about the outcome of Excel. So at least you have know what is called Excel sheet now. So I would like to show you more about our notes so that I'll be able to continue. Now I'll show you the Excel sheet. You can see my note back now. Number one, spreadsheet navigation. Spreadsheet navigation. 1.1, understanding the Excel interface. So the Excel window is made up of several components. We have workbook, we have worksheets, then we have cell, we have column and rows, we have formula bar, and we have ribbons. When you go to Excel, you see all these things there at the top. You see them there. They're navigating we're going through the cells. So when you click on any cell to activate, then use arrow key to move up and down. You can see the arrow key move up and down on your keyboard. You can see the arrow key to move up and down. Then control arrow key to jump the last cell in that direction with data. So you can see all these things I'm saying here, you can practicalize on your Excel sheet. This is practical illustration. Data entry. You can enter data one by one. Simply click on the cell and start typing. So like what I did for you last time, you can enter data to Excel one by one. You can label it and you can enter data one by one. Press enter to move to the next word, the next below. Then also press what? Press tab to move to the next cell on the right hand side. If you are on the cell sheet and you press tab will move to the what? To the next cell, right hand side. So that's what the type is talking about. Editing the contents. Editing cell content. Double click on the cell to edit directly. So you can double click on the cell to edit what directly. So the next one, or click the cell once and edit in the formula bar. So you can do that. So how can you edit? I have to ask you a question now. I'll say, how can you edit cell content? So you tell me, double click on the cell to edit directly, or click on the cell once and edit in the formula bar. So that's what they mean by that. Using autofill, you can drag the small square at the bottom right of the selected cell, called the fill handle. Then to copy what? To copy the content and continue a series. So honestly, you can do that in your words. This is a sample of what I'm saying. You have item A, B, you have item. Item is a name for that cell A, column A. What's the column B? Amount. Under the item, you have rent, you have food, you have transportation, you have utility, total. Under the word, under the B column, you have what? You have what you call amount. So under the amount, you now have 20,000, 10,000, and so on and so forth. So you data entry manually in cell. Now, using basic formula, the arithmetic, you want to add say one, say A1, say A2. You can just say, come to this A1 and A2, add value in A1 and A2. Just come to this and say A1 dot asterisk 10. As you multiply A1 by 10. All these things they are practical. You can just go to your Excel and do the practical manner yourself. So built-in say, but what I want to ask you here is that I can ask you, how can you write a code to add 10 to cell A1, to add 10 to cell A1. That would be A1 plus 10. I mean, you're adding cell to A1. That's an Excel code to multiply 10 with cell A2. So let's say A2 asterisk 10. Then that will give us the results. Built-in functions. Your sum is a built-in. You can sum your column. You can sum from A1 to A5. What I'm saying is this. You can sum, then you can do the average, range. You put range here, average. Okay, got the what? Average B2 to B5. You can find the maximum, find the minimum, as well as so forth. Can you see the answer? Can you see the practical? A, John, Mary, Samuel. B, 85, John, and this. So you can say what? You can say C2. You can say this C1, C2. That C2 is what? C2. They say enter if B2 greater than 50. And if B2, this B2 now, this B2. This 88 is B2. Greater than 50, comma, pass. Then comma, fail, and drag down. That's how you are reading the code. So you can see. You have example of basic what? Basic Excel task. So you can see example of real life. Excel can be used to what? To budget planning, attendance what? Tracking, the inventory management, the salary calculation, the conclusion. So read the conclusion yourself, get that. I think that one is settled. If you have any question, please, you have to know with you. If you have any question, please put your question in the message box. I'll read it out. All 2 minutes. Waiting for questions. Put your question under message box. If you have any question. Since there is no question, I think we can proceed.
Yes, sir.
I think we can proceed to number 2.
Yes, sir.
Number two. Data entry quality techniques to import data and clean data. So now I can put on the number 2. This is number 2. Employ data quality techniques to import and clean data in Excel. You have already known this area, introduction. importing data into Excel. So you can say from CSV or text file, go to file, click on open, or use data and get data from text file or CSV format. CSV means comma separated value. That's the of CSV. You see an Excel file. Browse and select the file. And if you don't want to give out the data set yourself, so to share here, so you can go to browse it and select it and bring it out. Excel open a preview and allow you to load or transform data. So from web, other sources, you can get data from web. Or you can use the URL. These are the ways to get data sets. So if I want to ask you questions, please get set back for your question, test question. Your test you have a taste of how my exam will look like in the test. So you have a taste of how my exam will look like in the test. So please get ready for my test question. From our other Excel workbook, so I can ask you, itemize ways of importing data into Excel. Itemize 3 ways of importing data into Excel. If I say itemize, what I want from you is that you just say from CSV or text file, from web or other sources. The last one, from where? My other Excel workbook. But if I ask you to list and explain, so you have to list and explain all these things under it. You have to list them and explain them one by one. So that is gone. Okay, common data quality issue. Data quality issue. Number 1, missing value, duplicate records, inconsistent formats, then trailing spaces, irregular entries. These are the issues that are common in data. So you can have missing value in data. You can have duplicate record in data. You can have inconsistent formats in data. Then you can have what? You can have trailing spaces in the data. So you can explain one by one what we mean by each of them. Data cleaning techniques in Excel. Number 1, how do you clean data in Excel? Number 1, removing duplicates. You have to explain it. Go to data, remove duplicates, select column to check duplication, Excel keep the first occurrence and delete others. So if I say list and explain, you have to write all this jargon for me. Please take notes. Then number 2, how do we clean data in Excel? Or list 4 ways to clean data in Excel. Number 1 is what? Removing what? Duplicate. Number 2 is handling missing values. Number 3 is trimming extra spaces. Number 4 is standardizing data. Number 5 is what? Splitting or combining data. Those are the ways through which you can do a clean data set in Excel. So look at this one now. Look at this one now. You have what? John Smith, you have machine number, you have this, you have this. So under this email, somebody can still put name here. That is inconsistent format. Look at this place now. Look at this place now. Under the email, John, there is no purchase date there. That is missing information. There is no purchase date. There is missing information. So now these are the ways. Another one is use Excel table for better management. Use Excel table for management. Now carry out your data into a table format. Then table help in what? Automated image adjustments. Data validation for clean input. Excel can prevent future errors by increasing data entry. Go to data, go to evaluation. You see it there. You see that thing there. Under data, you see it there in Excel. Practical example. That's what I've done for you now. Use data validation to allow only age 60 and what? 60 and above. That is from 18 to 60. Now, detect and correct errors How will you detect errors in Excel? Use filter and conditioning formats. That means you can use filters and conditioning format to detect errors. I hope you are getting my exam question now. So how do you correct it? Use if error for error handling. So you can correct this error by use error, then open and close bracket for error handling. So another way to detect error is what? Is that you can still use, you go steps. What are the steps? A sheet contains product names, unit sold, unit price, and some prices are missing or marked. It's likely that some prices are missing. Maybe some data here are missing. Like for example, look at this data set now. In the Excel format, if you are saying that some things are missing in your table, then you can do what? You can try to correct the error by using this use filters and conditioning formats. So these are the way to do that. So any question about that? If you have any question, put your question in the chat box. If there's no question, I think we have done two now today. By the grace of God, we are going to have the third one. You'll have the third one, the third one in your WhatsApp. That means my note 3, the note 3, which I'll have you tomorrow. Please, tomorrow is Saturday. Get ready by 11. 11, by the grace of God, tomorrow.